I am joined right now by a man who wants to be your representative in the House of Representatives in the 7th District. I want to say hello to Brian Rooney. Hello, Brian. Welcome to On the Edge.
Hey, Thayrone. It's great to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I was wondering where you guys were. I emailed, I guess, your people yesterday. I said, we got to get you on because, let's see, there are 3 people running for the 7th, and we had 2/3 of them on, and they were all, everybody's saying why they're the best. I thought we got to get you on and give you a chance to strike back.
All right, good. I'm all over the place. I got 7 counties I'm covering. I'm going out to the Cereal City Festival tonight in Battle Creek.
All right. Well, tell us, I guess I'll start out where I started with Tim Walberg and Marvin Carlson, is that let's say you get elected. You hit the ground running. What's the first thing out of the box?
First thing we have to concentrate on is jobs, and part of that is stopping the Obama agenda because the Obama agenda is killing jobs. We need to get rid of the capital gains tax and get rid of the estate tax. That will create jobs right away because people will be incentivized to create jobs or start jobs. That's what everybody wants in this district. That's what everybody wants in this state. And we need to get a job-friendly, business-friendly environment back here in Michigan so we can be great again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, it's almost these days, it used to be bring home the bacon, you get elected somewhere, and then you kind of serve that district. I think right now, your job, should you get elected, is it almost transcends that. It's the country's in flames, and we need the House of Representatives to take that back.
Yeah, I mean, I think this current Congressman Shower and President Obama think that people want a handout. People want the dignity of having a job. That's what I hear when I go to all the doors that I knock on. We've knocked on over 10,000 doors in over 2 weeks, and people, the first thing out of their mouths they say is, I want a job, I want to stop this insane spending so that my children and grandchildren, their futures aren't mortgaged, and the country that's less prosperous and less free than the one I got or they got, and they say we need that new representation. We need new blood in there.
Yeah. Hey, if you're on a cell phone, it's kind of breaking up just a little bit. We're getting about 99% of what you're saying, so stand real still in one place.
Okay.
I'm on your site. It's runwithrooney.com. Runwithrooney.com. You can see where Brian's at on all the issues here. What do you? I'll tell you what. Let me just hit you with what people are saying about you. The 2 I had on yesterday, and I don't want to. This isn't really a debate where I want to get 2 guys on duking it out. But somebody said that you have never run a business before. Where do you stand on that, and with the critique you're hearing from your primary rivals?
Well, I've created jobs by being a business owner. I've been involved in family business my whole life. My family owns the Pittsburgh Steelers since 1933. I'm on the board of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I have been since I left the Marine Corps. And, that's not a gentleman's board. We do real work there. And then me and my brothers and sisters have created and own some restaurants, and that's created jobs. So, have I been a businessman as far as being a manager of a place? No, but you also need people that create jobs, that invest capital so that you have new businesses where people can work.
Can you get us skyboxes with the Wham Studios?
Yeah. I have to do all that before I get elected because I think there's some rules against it after I get elected.
Yeah, I didn't ask anybody else. We have a number of politicians on, and people that want to be the governor here in Michigan. We've had Pete Huckster on, and I always forget to ask them, are you guys going to return my calls once you're elected? Who? Thayrone, who? What do you see right now as the biggest, let's say, the biggest hurdle to get over to get yourself in the House of Representatives?
Name identification. People need to know who I am. I really think this is my race to lose, and what I mean by that is that I need to get out there, knock on all the doors I can knock on. I need to get mail out to as many people that are going to vote this primary, and I need to get my commercials up on TV, because if people know there's an alternative, they're going to choose the alternative, and I believe that I'm that person. I'm the new blood, the new leadership that this district so desperately needs. We need someone that has fresh eyes to see the problems that have been here for a long time, and that's what I'm offering. I'm sick of people that have been in Congress or have been there for a long, long time, made careers out of it, instead of seeing serving in Congress as a vocation and being a citizen legislature. Instead, they see it as a career, and I don't see it that way.
Yeah, hallelujah. We need more people that'll stand up and say, I don't care if I'm a one-termer. I am going to shout from the highest mountain the problems that are not only in our community but in the United States of America. What would you do if you're elected to try and, let's say, we just heard of Bill O'Reilly talking about the border. I mean, we have brave Border Patrolmen now they're under assault. They're hurling bottles, rocks at them. Mexican military drawing down on them with rifles. What's going on with that in terms of what you might propose when you get into office?
Yeah, I lived in 2 border towns when I was served in the Marine Corps. I was in Yuma, Arizona, and then I was in San Diego. And it's not just all of that, what you say, but there's a humanitarian disaster going on down there, too. When people try to cross the desert at 130 degrees, I remember one summer, 25 people, I believe, were left out there to die. San Diego was different because they built a strong, modern wall there, and the crime went down in San Diego precipitously, and we didn't have the disaster going on at the border that we did in Arizona. In Arizona, you have 1,000 people crossing the border a day. 80% of them have criminal records. Well, I say, we got to do what Arizona did on a national level in the sense of we got to enforce the laws that we have on the books first, and then talk to me later about what you want to do about the illegals that are here as well. Arizona did the outrageous act of making a crime out of something that's already illegal. That's because the federal government has abrogated their one responsibility, that primary responsibility they're supposed to have, and that's defend our sovereignty and our borders. Yeah,
absolutely. In fact, I think the Arizona law, I haven't read the federal law, but it mirrors the federal law. They didn't come up with they didn't reinvent the wheel. And,
exactly.
They need to be supported on that. I'm somewhat disappointed that our state has not jumped out forward and said we are going to bring about a similar law just to support Arizona, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think a lot of northern states don't understand how truly bad it is down there on the border. It's really a mess. Crime is horrible. The prisons are filled with violent criminals that are illegal and paying for them. All of us really are paying for them. So we need to do a better job of enforcing the laws that we have on the books. And don't talk to me about comprehensive plans until you do a good faith effort of enforcing the laws that we have.
Absolutely. In fact, you just hit on a point that I've been hammering like crazy, and that is I think it's almost an education process. Americans have become something our forefathers never intended us to be. They don't do the homework. I know they go to work all day, they come home, they got to get the kids off to school, and then they wake up the next day and they start it over again. But our forefathers counted us being informed, we the people populace, and we're not. I mean, a lot of people don't know what's going on down there. What would you do if you get into Congress to maybe bring about some type of infomercial/education process where we'd find out more about that?
Well, modern technology is great, and you can use all the social media devices that you have. Like, I'm on Facebook all the time. I update my Facebook page every day, all the time, blogs, those things. There's also teletown halls where you can reach tens of thousands of people every day, trying to call them up at their homes and have a little town hall on the telephone, or just having the old-fashioned town hall as well. And a congressman or woman needs to be in his district more than he needs to be in D.C., informing people, letting them know what they're doing, and then listening to people to see what they want them to do as well.
Yeah, and that's an extremely important point. I've been talking about this for the longest time. I don't think you guys even need to be in D.C. anymore. What with modern technology? Yeah, you might go there for a couple of weeks every 2 months, but when you're in home district, we can get at you.
Yeah, if you could vote from home, I would love that, because then you could stay in the district where the people have more access to you. Then you wouldn't be down there in D.C. with all the lobbyists and everybody else trying to promote their agenda. You need to promote the agenda of the people you represent.
Well, that's the next step, too. Once we break this Democrat stranglehold, and we have to. If we don't, I'm going to turn this into a cooking show. I mean, what's the point? But if we don't break this Democrat stranglehold in the House, I'd say we're somewhat kind of screwed. And so I'm hoping that you as a Republican, or whoever gets the nod, if it's got an R after its name, vote for it. If it's got a D after its name, vote it out. I don't want to see flip the House, myself personally. I want to see the Republicans take the House back. That's the checkbook.
Yeah, I agree with you. And we need people that have real-world experiences in there so that you can shape legislation from wisdom and not from, what you think might be a good idea.
Well, stick around. I'm going to play some commercials here. We're going to pay for the fact that we're on the radio here. Can you stick around?
I can.
And what I want to do is hit you with some of the issues, and we'll let people know where you stand on them. I'm talking
Great.
with Brian Rooney for Congress. Brian Rooney is running in the 7th District. He's still in the primary phase. He's a warrior, though. He's not going to sit back and be a wimp about this. So these guys are in for a fight in the 7th District. It's runwithrooney.com. Runwithrooney.com is the website. I'm Thayrone X. You're on the edge. Stick around. Be right back.